Hello there everybody and welcome back to another video. Today in this video we are going to be discussing the rumour of Robert Downey Jr. set to play Grand Admiral Thrawn in upcoming future Star Wars projects. In this video we will be discussing whether it is good or bad that he is coming to Star Wars and the future Star Wars projects. Now, one bad thing just quickly right off the back is that Robert Downey Jr. seems like far too nice of a person to play Grand Admiral Thrawn, but you know, that's just a little bit of a side note. So the first thing that we're going to be discussing is Robert Downey Jr. playing in Grand Admiral Thrawn in The Mandalorian. Now, this would be a bit meh. If he was playing him in The Mandalorian, I feel like it would sort of overshadow the rest of the cast bringing in a big name. This is the majority of the problem with him, is bringing in someone like him, a big name, into a Star Wars project with other people who most people won't have heard of, because maybe if you're American, you will have heard of these people. I'm personally not American, and I haven't seen Game of Thrones, so I hadn't heard of any of the actors that are in The Mandalorian before they joined The Mandalorian. So I feel like maybe it would overshadow, if you suddenly bring in a big name like that, it would just overshadow the smaller names that are the cast of The Mandalorian. Now, a positive about him playing it in The Mandalorian is that The Mandalorian being such a popular TV show, it would bring a lot more people in to watch the show itself, because I heard along the grapevine that Robert Downey Jr. is playing Grand Admiral Thrawn in The Mandalorian. I might go and watch that just purely because I want to see him. It's as simple as that. And then maybe they might get hooked on Star Wars and then bam. So that would be a positive, but I feel like it might just overshadow the rest of the cast a little bit, having such a big name in there. That's why also, this is kind of my feelings towards as well, when I heard that The Rock was maybe going to be in Mando Season 3, but I just thought, no, please don't do this, because it'll overshadow the rest of the cast. So next up, we're going to be sort of discussing Grand Admiral Thrawn's appearance in this show, and also whether it would be good or bad that he plays him. So, would Grand Admiral Thrawn appear in the Ahsoka Tano spin-off series? Yes, definitely. He will be in there 100%, because in one of the older books that were written in 1990 that I can't remember, I think they're just called like Thrawn the Collection or something. They're legends now, but they were originally Thrawn took over the Empire basically, and after Palpatine was defeated in Return of the Jedi, and he took over the job of running the Empire basically. And he may be set up to be a similar thing, but in those books, what he did do was he manipulated a Jedi into joining him. Now, could this Jedi potentially be Ezra Bridger? Now, this is definitely a possibility. He definitely could be Ezra Bridger, and it would make logical sense as well. So I'm just going to put that out there. That's probably going to be done in the Ahsoka series. Now, this is one thing that I'm looking forward to in the Ahsoka Tano series, is seeing Ahsoka and Sabine going off and like chasing down Ezra and bringing him back. That's definitely one of the things that I'm looking forward to in that series. So now, simply, would Robert Downey Jr. playing Grand Admiral Thrawn be a good thing in this show? No, because again, I think it would overshadow Rosario Dawson and Ahsoka a little bit, I think, who is supposed to be the main character of that show and many people's favourite Star Wars character. It would really overshadow them, I reckon. This is the main problem, which will be a consistent theme, I think, throughout this video, is that bringing in someone like him would really overshadow the cast. So, next up, we have the Book of Boba Fett. Don't even think Thrawn will be in that. Simple as that. Thrawn won't be in the Book of Boba Fett. I don't really understand why he would be in it. Unless they're gonna, and even if he was, it would just be for a small cameo, or maybe he might just be hinted at or referenced. In the Rangers of the New Republic, he probably will appear Thrawn, but again, it'll probably just be for a minor thing. I think he's going to be more of the big bad in The Mandalorian. I don't think he will have in The Mandalorian and the Ahsoka series. I don't really think he'll have that big of an impact on things like Rangers of the New Republic, the Obi-Wan show, and other things like that. He's just going to be more focused into The Mandalorian and the Ahsoka show. I don't think that he'll be in any of the others, and even if he is, it'll just be a small role. Rangers of the New Republic, you could definitely play a role in, but I'm not so sure. So what it seems to me is that Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau are really setting up Grand Admiral Thrawn to be the big bad. Now that Moff Gideon's captured, I would bet every single person watching this video and in the comments section below, I would bet all of you that he will be the next Star Wars produced the next big bad in Star Wars, Thrawn. Now, will he be played by Robert Downey Jr.? Probably not. I don't think that Thrawn would be played by him. I don't think it'd be a good decision at all, because it's a very, very similar situation that fans have always wanted two people to play Ahsoka in live action, either Ashley Eckstein or Rosario Dawson. Now, of course, Rosario Dawson does actually play Ahsoka now, so now that we've got that, and I don't think it would make logical, and it's similar in the sense that people have always wanted Thrawn to be played by Lars Mikkelsen, the person who voice acts him. Now, I just think that they'll do that. It would make more sense, and it wouldn't divide fans at all, really, I don't think. Whereas bringing someone like Robert Downey Jr. in could potentially divide the fans and split them a little bit. So, that's it for this video. My overall thing is that it'll be very, very controversial, I think, if he did play him. I wouldn't really like it. I want Lars Mikkelsen to play him in live action. Yeah, even if they painted him up blue, I don't think it would quite look right or feel right. His impression might not be very good either, so I'd have some doubts about him playing it. On the other hand, Jon Favreau and Robert Downey Jr. are very, very good friends. We've seen that in Marvel. I just think that it may be a thing, but it's the same thing as I've said before. If he is brought into some other shows, it will really, really overshadow the cast, I think, of those actual shows. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.